Alright guys, this is the final part of the module. Well done for sticking through it. I can assure you that if you were to go and work in a professional environment and you created a business plan like this in your first week there, your boss is going to be incredibly impressed. He's going to have you earmarked on his list as someone to look out for in the future. Why is that? Because this is the type of planning and preparation and research it requires for any business in the world to have the best chance of success. So let's just quickly summarize, and I promise this will be the last bit that we do before we get on to some of the more exciting stuff, but we're just very briefly going to summarize. So this is our business plan summary. A is that our business plan has obviously concluded that we're going to follow the same recruitment path as an institution. So we've decided that we're going to follow a professional or institutional training path, right? Professional institution training, and more specifically it's that of a prop firm, for the reasons which we've been through in depth and in detail. Right, trading firm. And that's going to involve one, we're going to start off with raw data, which is what you see here, which includes depth of market. Then we're going to move on to volume tools, volume profile, VWAP, footprint, so on and so forth. A bit of economics, fundamentals possibly thrown in there. And then charts, bit of charts, bringing it all together, which we may introduce slightly earlier at the volume stage. Just with the VWAP, obviously you want to be having a chart at that stage, and then finally going to end in simulation. So we've got a path laid out, A, and then B is the tools, right? So we're all agreed that actually a retail platform, perfectly fine, already a good start, but the problem is you've only got two pieces of data. So what we're going to do in this course is we're going to introduce 3, 4, 5 and 6, just so we have a complete set of tools. So when we start our apprenticeship stroke training program, we've got 100% of tools. So we're going to introduce 3, 4, 5 and 6. So this is all part of our business plan summary. Now I'm not going to say this again, so I just want to make the point on this slide that I'm just going to assume from this point going forward, everyone who's watching this is on board. We're all going to go towards this proprietary trading firm stroke institutional training path, and that path is laid out very specifically. And the reason I reiterate it is because, as we've established already, that means technical tools, guys, dustbin. Sorry to say it, but if you're truly committed to following a professional trading path, you're gonna have to dump this stuff. Don't take my word for it. Google it. Go and visit a local professional trading firm or any firm in the world. You will not see this stuff. It's a simple fact. As I said in the last slide, the example I gave of Microsoft, and obviously your boss asking you to forecast the price of CDs. Guys, any example you want to use in any job that any human being takes, even the car mechanic, for example, let's say the boss says in your first week to several of the new starters, look guys, we're using these specific tools a lot, or we're using this paint a lot. I want you to forecast where you think the price of this is going to be in 6 months or 12 months, because we're reliant on it as a cost input. Guys, if you turn around and say to your boss, yeah, I think it's going to go up because the RSI is oversold, blah blah blah, or pivots or some moving average, guys, you're going to get laughed out of there. Now take it from me, having worked in a professional environment, if in your first, second, whenever you're starting off in a proprietary trading firm or any other institution, if you start insisting that technical tools is what you're going to be using, guys, you're not going to last longer than a few days. You're going to get fired. It's as simple as that. That's not how professionals trade. You've got to accept that. Otherwise, you're probably better off going back, doing another retail trading technical analysis course, and keep going through that cycle until you've proven it to yourself, either through blown accounts or lost P&L or whatever it is. And that's okay. Keep doing it, because I can't force you to. You've got to be ready and make that decision yourself. I can't do that for you. So it's really important that you're honest with yourself and accept that you're ready to make the leap into a professional environment by dropping that stuff. Or if you're not, go back, do all the stuff, and then come back again, and then make the decision. But I can only tell you the facts, which are that that stuff isn't used. And then there's just one final part. So like I said, I'm not going to mention that stuff again. I'm just going to assume that you're fully on board with the professional path. And then part C is, guys, I want everyone to create a timetable. Okay, so that is going to be a timetable of, you know, when you think all of this will lead you towards simulation. So I'm just going to quickly end this on the next slide. Take a couple minutes just to do a timetable with you guys, and then we'll start on module 2.